So today I've been on like a recruitment day with the company mentioned in this description. Uh, I went in Stockholm and it was a very nice venue that they had picked there. And they had quite good, I would say, like the the recruiters. I think there were 3 different recruiters, and sorry, my nail polish have fallen off as well. So they had like 3 different recruiters. One of them I was saying hi to, and then I was not speaking so much with 2 other recruiters. So I was pretty sure when I went that I would not get accepted for anything, because they are very, I think this is only my theory, but I'm pretty sure about it because I heard some other people also mention it, because they are very strict on the age. Like they start to recruit people who are, I think they are around 21, and anybody above 30 are kind of disqualified. I cannot by sure say that, but I think it must be something about age in this, because I've been a few times before, and any time before when I've been, and my nose been looking even worse than what it does now, I have passed in the first few group exercises and stuff that they have. And I think that is because I have been, when I done those previous times recruitment days, I've been below 30, because now I'm 31 years old and I will be 32 years old in February. So for me, I think that is my biggest current kind of down in terms of this job application, that my age is above 30, because obviously this company maybe wants, when they training the staff and that, so they maybe want anybody that joins to actually work for them for maybe 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 years, or even 10 years. And obviously they will prioritize anybody younger. That's probably the case, So I came to the venue, and there was I think I was there 8:40, so I was there 20 minutes before, and still when I arrived there was a lot of people not there. They kind of dropped in even when we had closed the door into the conference room, and there was some people knocking on the door and being like hi, like 9:15, and being like hi, I just gonna join, and they just walked in. And some of these people who did like that, they actually proceeded into the group kind of activities. So I honestly I think that it might depend on the recruiters and stuff, but if you are late to the day, I don't think that is the worst thing that can happen. I think it's a lot more worse probably if you are, as me, like about 30. So as far as I saw, nobody about age 30 was passing, because we kind of introduced ourselves and we heard the ages of people, and I was very much age focused because I listened to what kind of age the other people was, and anybody about 30, they were kind of cancelled for the group discussions. So yeah, everybody gathered into a conference room around 9 o'clock, and then we had like a presentation by the recruiter representatives about the job and so on. I didn't see anywhere now today where they spoke about the salary, because typically in the past times when I've been, they actually been presenting how much is the salary. But I think maybe it's not a obligatory thing to do nowadays. So, and you can also read up about the salary. So maybe they feel like it's not something they have to go out and mention, you know. And the interesting thing that they said in this first presentation was that anybody from today that would be selected, they would be able to start work from next week. So they were very like, if we choose anybody of you, then you can start work if you want to next week. Basically fly out there and start the training. So yeah, so they did that presentation, and then we had to do some registration. I think that was kind of a bit difficult because we had to register with through some QR code, and a lot of people had problems doing this because of lack of Wi-Fi first, but we discovered that the hotel had Wi-Fi. And but this might not be the case if you are in another hotel where there is no free Wi-Fi. So make sure that you have Wi-Fi if you're going for this, you know, or like your own internet. And then registration, and then they was telling us that we needed a colored passport copy, and we needed to have a diploma of or educational qualifications. And to be honest, here in Sweden, we only have, like what I can find of my educations that are like digital available for me. It's like, you know, it's just a list of all the courses I have taken. There is no like official diploma. I got like a diploma when I was, you know, handed over in paper when I graduated, but that is a very long time ago, and I think I maybe doesn't even have that from the upper secondary school anymore because it was only like a paper, and they always say like, oh, don't worry about it, like all your digital education, what your courses you have taken, they are like available for you to print out anytime. But in terms of going to apply for an international company, like today, they were asking for diploma certificate, like only to say declaring diploma. And I didn't have this, you know. And they said like, if you don't have this, we will not accept you for today. So that was also something that I didn't have. I only have like list of all courses and stuff. So I think that was a minus. But I honestly don't even think I have that paper from my upper secondary school where it just says diploma, because that's how it is in Sweden. I can't do anything about it. And I graduated like more than 10 years ago from upper secondary school. And from university, my diploma is somewhere upstairs on the second floor in the house, and I don't even know where. It's among a lot of other papers that I kept from, you know, 10 years of study in the university. So I don't even know where it is, but it's somewhere, you know. So that was passport, diploma of educations, and then they also said resume. You need to have your resume, and I did have my resume, and they said you also need to have like, it must say year and date, like the months of how long you work exactly in a place, so they can easily get the picture of how long you've been doing a certain work. And there was like one other person also going for this who had very long experience but didn't have in the resume written out like the how many months, what months they started, what month they quitted a job. And for such candidate, he was like doing like kind of doing editing of his resume. It took a long time, you know, and it kind of steals away from the day to sit and do that. So that is something I would say, like your resume, make sure you have year and month when you go. Otherwise it's gonna take you a lot of hassle when you are there. And also they asked us, because when they on their website where it says like you can go to this or that day and stuff, if it's like an open day, it doesn't say that you have to apply necessarily, just to kind of go there. And when you get there, as we had to do today, we had to do apply for the role on the website, but we had to, from the day today, we got like a number that we had to put into the application so they could find our papers and stuff. So you will fill out a form like on the website. So if you want to prepare yourself, what kind of details do you need to write and stuff, you can kind of click on the apply just to kind of see what kind of information do you need to put in. But you don't, and you can save even some of the information that you put there, but don't press submit. Just wait until the day when they give you the number that you have to add into that application. And then on that day when you do go for this kind of recruitment day of recruitment, then you will only submit if it's like open day. So after we done that, it took some time, to be honest, because a lot of people had problems. Also make sure that you know your email and password to their recruitment website, because some person had like a profile but had forgotten password, and it took quite some time to reset the password for this person, and that kind of also stole some time from all the rest of things. So after that we had a little break, and then we got back, and there was like a task for us that we were in groups. We were given a number, so everybody had like a number, and then we were like by rows of how we were seated. We went up to like to the front, and we like with like a group with all the people that was sitting on the row, same like, you know, same as me, for example, everybody on my row. We went up and we presented ourselves, just saying our names. Some people said how old they are. I kind of skipped out on that because I know that it's a disadvantage for me. And so I said my name, and then we were saying like what kind of experience we have in this, and like hospitality. And I have like from most of my experiences from very long time ago, because recently I had other job, you know, but you know, I gave the previous type of experience I have, and then we were just saying what kind of destination we want to go travel to, and that was it. So it wasn't very complex task, and I think a lot of these tasks that you could experience in a day like that, they are not very complex. It's mostly they look at how you kind of if you can communicate something, if you are very nervous, or if you are like, you know, if you can communicate and stuff like this. That's what they look at. But I'm probably sure that even if you are a good communicator, or even if you can present yourself or anything, even if you come exactly as you are supposed to be, it will not be enough if you do not meet the recruitment criteria, like if they're looking for somebody certain age, or like look, because I think they have also standards on this, you know. Maybe they won't have somebody, I don't know, like other type of features of the face, you know. And they will not tell, they will not share this information, and but that's just what it is, you know. And then after everybody presented, we went out, we had a break again, and then they called us back in, and they showed on the screen all the numbers of the people that had proceeded, and mine was not there, basically. And everybody who proceeded, they went on to some group exercise and then interview if somebody passed. And that person, who I don't know who it might was, but we had there was, I would say, like maybe there was two women that looked incredible, like their face features was just incredible. And I think maybe those two persons out of everybody passed. And I think they were around maybe 24, 26 years old. So they kind of maybe met the criteria of age as well. So they were the lucky ones of today, you know. And as I said, the good, because sometimes when I've been on these days, they would say that, you know, if anybody of you get accepted for this, then you might start after a few months. But today they said like you can start next week if you don't have other commitments. And that was, I think, for a lot of these people, it was probably incredible opportunity. And there was even one girl who came in just her coat, like just like a random coat. She didn't have any makeup on, she didn't have any clothes, she didn't have anything, just a coat and like flat shoes, sneakers. And she was like, sorry, but I wasn't planning on coming here today. I just decided I would come here because I saw that this is here, so that's why I'm not wearing anything. And she went on to the group activities, and I think that her kind of advantage was that she was around 21 or 23, between 21 to 23 years old. And I think that's why she qualified, why they kind of picked her in to the next stage, basically. So I kind of, before I even was going, I was thinking I'm maybe not gonna go there, because I am sure they will not pick me. I don't know. I just don't meet their criteria. Number one, the age. Maybe number two, face, features that they don't like it, because they have standards. I understand if they have, everybody has to do as they want, for their own company and stuff, But for me, I was just like, from my point of view, this is an incredible job for anybody who get it because of the salary. I think in Sweden there is no job that meets the same salary as they offer, and the best salary, because in Sweden you also have taxes, and because they don't have any taxes, the salary is incredible. It's just like out beyond good, And you also get housing. You don't have to worry about where you're gonna live, where you're gonna sleep. Are you gonna sleep in the car or on the street while you're working? No, they will solve it for you, and they will have you transported to work. They will give you the uniform, and they will take care of you, basically, And in return, you will just go to work, But and this is not found like this type of job package in Sweden in the same way. It's very, very, very difficult to find. As well, it's very difficult to find that type of salary they offer after taxes, because here in Sweden, the best job I have had, it was not the forest job, but the job before that, and that was as like an educator in the healthcare and planning and organizing all transfer of data. I had like a double role, and so I was doing like 150% of work, but my salary after taxes was like 1,900 euros after taxes. And that was like working full time and not getting anywhere, no housing, and still I was able to work from home, so I had to pay a bit extra on Wi-Fi, and I also had to, from my salary, and I also had to pay for driving to work, and sometimes I had to drive even to work like 6 hours away. So, and I had to pay for the petrol and have it paid back like in the next salary, So, and that job was actually, I had to be available, communicating 7 days a week, 24/7 available. And so if you think about that, maybe it wasn't great, but yeah. So after that I just felt like, oh, I really wished I would have passed to the group exercises at least, because at least give a chance to a person, like if I'm seriously applying for this. But they were like, no, thank you. So what I will do now, basically, in the past few weeks, I think now it's around, because I quit my job in the healthcare, as I mentioned this job, approximately like in June. I think it was in June. And then after that, I just been working in the forest as much as I could. but it's very, 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 very physical demanding to work in the forest, lifting trees, constantly lifting big trees into piles. So yeah, so basically I think I've been like without a job now for maybe like I think 5 or 6 months or something like this. And obviously I was able to do some Airbnb, so I don't have to pay so much on my house, because in Sweden I don't get any like job, like if I'm without a job I don't get any money from the government. And also I went for the surgery in Turkey, so I've been kind of, I should have had a sick leave if I had a job, because I have been, healing and recovering for 4 weeks. But yeah, so a few weeks now passed, I was applying for some other jobs in Sweden, just like a last kind of search for jobs before I totally gave up and moved to Russia. So I was applying for migration office. They sent out a very strange test to me, Honestly, they had a lot of candidates for this job. And typically they say, this was in North Sweden, and they typically say that it's only one candidate per job. But I don't think so. In North Sweden, there is definitely candidates applying, But I think I will make a part 2 on topic about kind of jobs, kind of what I was looking at, and job market thoughts I have about Sweden, because I feel like this topic from today should only be in this. But yeah, so my final thoughts on today, I wish I would have passed into group exercises, but it is, for anybody who gets accepted, it is an incredible job. And I think for most people it might be the best job they ever gonna have in their lives, because the salary is great, the accommodation offered it's almost as good as it can get in life to get free accommodation, and also like where you will be living, it's absolutely fantastic. You have everything there, and you will have exceptional experience going for that. So definitely apply. And don't wait. If you are 21, just apply. Just go for these days, if you are interested in this job. Don't wait. You need to have like 1 year of hospitality experience, so you could maybe when you're in upper secondary school, just work some extra if you find such job. Typically for like waitress and stuff, a lot of companies like to hire young women for some reason into like waitress roles, because they like to have fresh girls working as a waitress, basically. So if you are young, you can basically maybe find a part-time job when you are still in the school as a waitress, and then you get the experience that you need until you are 21. But if you are over 30, or you have kind of crossed into exactly being 30 years old, I would say that it's going to be difficult to apply for this, because maybe of the criteria that they have for what kind of candidates they are choosing. So yeah, but still the salary, it's like better salary than anyone in their 30s will have, basically. Even like engineers in Sweden will not have almost that money as, if you think about after taxes, they will not have the same, and they will have studied a lot of years. So it's incredible to actually have that work, basically. So I wish you, if you apply for this, I just wish you the best of luck, and apply again if you not get accepted the first time. But don't wait for years. Just apply when you're very young, and just continue maybe 2-3 times at least until you give up. So, or maybe try even 4 times. You never know.